Paul, in his letter to the people in Galatia, addressed a couple of things the Galatians were doing wrong. In the 5th chapter of the letter, Paul talks about how Christ died for our freedom. In verse 7, Paul reminded them of the good race they were running. The good race that Paul is speaking of is about how the Gentiles then have to adapt to the Jewish ways to be Christians. Paul then asks, who cut them off to keep them from obeying the truth? Then Paul gives an illustration. Paul uses yeast in his illustration. A yeast is an element that is used to make bread, and the purpose of it is to puff up the bread. So why would Paul mention yeast? Yeast was very popular, so therefore it was relatable. The false gospel that was being preached in Galatia region was spread through the church as yeast and dough. Paul then told them whoever is creating the confusion will have to pay the penalty, not from Paul himself, but from God. As Christians, we must keep on running the good race and not let any confusion come in our walk of faith. Most importantly, we best not be in charge of the confusion that is spreading false gospel. People are counting on us. They are waiting for the true gospel. We must not fall short to the gospel of the word, but the gospel of Christ, because only the gospel of Christ, that is the true gospel.